Oftentimes, many of these heretics will not admit their heresy unless you literally pull teeth to get a clear answer out of them. This is very common with indifferentists. Very common. If you ask a Feeneyite what they believe on salvation, they'll tell you plainly and simply, if you're not water baptized, you're going to hell. Case closed, right? That's what they believe. They're clear, and they're usually, as far as my experience, honest about that. They're honest about what they believe, right? An indifferentist, however, you may ask them, do you believe everyone who dies outside the church, who dies as a non-Catholic, goes to hell? They would say, yes, of course. And then if you investigate further, they'll say some filth like, oh, but a Protestant can be a Catholic and not know he's a Catholic. Okay, so then you don't believe that everyone who's not Catholic goes to hell then. Let's continue reading. Oftentimes, many of these heretics will not admit their heresy unless you literally pull teeth to get a clear answer out of them. You have to interrogate these heretics like you're conducting an inquisition. You have to literally, if there was an active public inquisition today, right? You would have to torture these heretics, pull out their toenails, whatever will be allowable. I don't know the rules, right? Whatever is allowable. You'd have to torture these heretics to get them to finally admit the filth they believe. You have to literally interrogate these heretics. It took one heretic many upon many messages to finally admit that he believed a pagan could be saved without the Catholic faith. And he said he thought I was a Feeneyite for agreeing with St. Thomas Aquinas that such a pagan, if he obeyed the natural law, would become Catholic before death, either via natural or supernatural means. Trust me, I wish there was a fully public and operational inquisition today. I would personally bring the stake and wood for many of these people. And here's a quote from Pope Paul IV, which says, even if my own father were a heretic, I would gather the wood to burn him. Even if his own father were a heretic, he would gather the wood to burn him. During my time interacting with indifferentists, there were many occasions on which I was heartbroken and frustrated that there was no public active inquisition to condemn these heretics and bring justice against the heresy they teach and call it the Catholic faith. I wish there was a public active inquisition today.